You know, for all your talk of action and excitement, it's not about that, is it? It's about belonging. You wanted a podcast, a real podcast, and you got one. So what are you going to do with it?
Very good quote. Works quite well. I think he was just talking directly to you, Dom.
That does work really well. It was, yeah. Deep stare.
What replaces the word podcast?
Correct.
You've got a podcast.
You've got a something. Now what are you going to do with
You wanted a podcast.
Relationship.
A real podcast.
Is it you wanted a relationship?
No, you're not far off though.
You wanted a club. My wife.
Is it a person?
It's
not a person.
It is,
You want
but
a
not
kid?
in the romantic way.
Dog.
Friend.
Oh. Yeah, friend.
Bit more than
Mother.
Friends with benefits.
no.
You said more.
I said
You
not.
said more than friends.
I
Yeah,
said
he's
not
right.
romantical.
That's not romantic.
Romantical.
Well, it's more.
That's the point, isn't it?
Not romantical.
But not a friend. More than a friend.
You've got a brother.
Not necessarily a friend.
Best friend. Oh.
You've got a pet.
I said dog. But he's not giving any hints.
No, he's not.
It's not an animal.
It would give too much away.
It's not an animal.
Even a year.
No.
Can we have a year?
Oh, you can have 2007.
Thank you. You wanted a gang, club, group,
Oh, I
mob,
thought your eyes went then.
enemy,
Car.
nemesis.
No, none of these.
It's a human being.
It's human being.
So the
It's a
person.
name for somebody.
Dad.
No, not a relative.
Not a friend.
Cousin.
Not a friend as
relative, not
such.
relative.
You wanted a boss.
Is it work
It's
related?
work related.
Partner.
Is
Is it lethal? No. It's
Partner in
2007.
crime.
So it's 2007. It's not like the other guys or something.
no.
Is it a buddy cop film?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not 21 Jump Street. I don't know what it is.
Heat?
I've never seen it.
No.
The heat's too late.
Not the other guys.
And it's someone that wanted a partner,
Is
but
it
now
two,
has one and is unhappy.
two cops, whatever it is. Two guns. No.
Is that the name of a film?
Yeah.
Oh.
Two
Depends.
cops, too furious.
No.
Two angry policemen.
2007.
Yep.
You've kind of got, it's a buddy cop film.
Mm-hmm. Bad Boys.
Nope.
2007.
What's the Mel Gibson one?
Lethal Weapon.
Nope.
That's a long
Okay.
time ago.
Yeah, no, I didn't know if it was a Axel. No, it's not that.
Very popular, this film.
Sure it was.
Still is.
And it's a cop film. Give me more about the cops.
2007. No,
Is it two men?
The person who said it is called Nicholas.
Mm.
Oh, help. Is it two guys?
Yes.
Okay. Is it set in the same era as 2007, or is it set like 80s? Or
No. Yeah. It's of its time.
okay,
I can't think of any cop films now
No,
at
me
all.
neither.
Let alone someone called Nicholas.
Is it comedy though?
Yep, comedy.
So Nicholas is not a name that he
Do
uses.
they go undercover?
Well, no, because he has a surname.
Mhm.
Do they go undercover?
No.
Is it that? It's not that. Okay.
Nicholas. Like Keegan.
Uh,
Like that's his name. Detective Keegan. Is he a detective?
Good question. I've just got his full name down. I would say he's a detective. Yeah.
I'm
He's not a
lost.
chief
I
inspector.
can't think of anything.
Is it English?
What, Johnny?
No, as in like, are they two English people?
Is it Hot Fuzz?
It's Hot Fuzz.
Ah, there we go.
I thought you were talking about Johnny English there for a second. We've come back full circle to like the first two episodes. Talking about that sham. No, it is Hot Fuzz 2007.
well
It was Nicholas Angel, played it by Simon Pegg. The actual quote is, for all your talk of action and adventure, it's not about that, is it? It's about belonging. You wanted a partner, a real partner, and you got one. So what are you going to do with it?
And that's why Bad Boys was close.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you got to cop films quicker than I thought you were going to.
Oh, good.
That was you, Matt. Well done.
So Feb's over. We're on to spring now. Morning's getting lighter. Evening's getting lighter. More time for film watching, right?
Same amount of
sort
time.
Yeah.
All right.
Less
No,
time.
yeah, no. I'm just trying to think.
I can go out for a run soon, so it'll be less time for films.
This is where this is sort of where I was going. I was just trying to say times are changing. You know, are you changing your habits as it starts to think about spring?
No,
Not particularly. No, that's really boring, isn't it? No, not at all.
I might go for a run occasionally.
I would like to think that I could.
You're going to get out for a jog?
Go out for some evening runs a bit more. I'm definitely a fair weather jogger.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Can't go
everyone is really.
Unless I've got something I'm training for. I don't want to go out in the wet
or the dark. It's not much fun.
It's not as fun.
Dark.
I like early morning or late evening, so it's just a little bit
early morning
dusky.
for me.
I prefer afternoon.
Do you?
Don't like my early morning runs.
I like early morning.
I like to get it done and then feel good about doing it all day. But anyway, we're not a running podcast. Let's move on. I'm going to let everyone know that I am relinquishing social media to Matthew. I'm going to provide him with a password of everything that we're doing. So I'm going to remind people that they can get in contact with us at Top 5 Films That. And the reason why I'm relinquishing this is I'm just not cool enough. And Matthew actually enjoys it more and has created on his own platform, profile, whatever you want to call it, more engaging content, and I've just forgotten about it. So please take a look at what Matthew does in this upcoming week.
Oh, thanks, Jim.
And get in touch.
No
and
pressure.
Put that on you.
From now on, if we have any contact via social media, I'm going to have to hand over to Matthew and say, Matthew, have we had any contact this week? And
you'll have to hope that I've paid attention, had a look. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do from sort of 2 weeks' time is I'm going to start looking at statistics of our social media and see whether we're growing or not.
There we go.
So that the listeners can grow with us in terms of followers and all these interactions. Okay.
Noted. Everyone get your friends watching now. Watching? No, both.
Both.
Watching online, listening.
But obviously I'm here to support you, Matthew. But if anyone there... And talking of which, we had a little bit of feedback this week from... I'll be honest with you, one of my favourite people that calls in and leaves us messages. But I'll let this person speak for himself. Are you both ready for this?
Absolutely, yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
I love weekly scheduled, formulaic and objectively ranked entertainment as much as the next pedant. I've always used to tell my wife that life would be more fun if we tracked everything on a spreadsheet before she left. I just wanted to congratulate you all, particularly Jeremy, on your accuracy and attention to detail, which has been notably improved since the Jurassic Park toilet debacle. Keep up the good work and don't get complacent. Dan, not from Delaware.
It's very good.
Yeah, very happy with a follow-up there from Dan, not from Delaware. And a well done to everybody, I think that is.
Yeah, very good. We've all acted well on feedback. Very good.
Yeah, Dominic's done some research. He's actually actively involved as well. If you're listening to the every other week Top 5 Films That Extra, he's now providing us with sort of would you rathers.
Yeah, we've taught him how to use Google over the last couple of weeks, haven't we?
Yeah. You act as if I've never done the quiz either.
Well.
Whoa. I did indeed.
You did. No, very good.
Okay.
Yeah. Very good quiz indeed it was.
So what I thought I'd sort of leave us on, because we've tried this before in other ways, is I went into the statistics and sort of had a look at in February.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to go back to, were we still being listened to in Delaware?
Oh, yes.
Right, we're not. But there are 7 states that are particularly active.
Oh.
Go on.
What do we get to guess?
Well, I wondered if I'm not going to go let you go through all of them.
Virginia.
Okay, so that would lead me to believe that you know somebody who might listen in Virginia?
Possibly, but I don't know if they do.
Okay. So Virginia is our second. 27% of our listeners in the US come from Virginia.
And you didn't look at that?
No, didn't look at that.
Okay.
He hasn't got the access.
Maine. I'm just guessing states.
No.
No, you can't see that one.
1-0 Matthew.
New York.
No, New York is not high on there.
It must be West Coast though. No, East Coast.
I would actually weirdly say very southern. They're all sort of southern based.
Texas.
We have Texas on there.
Right.
About 3 to 4% of our listeners in the States are from Texas.
Where are we popular in the States? Louisiana.
Well, I wanted to get to the top one.
Yeah, go on. Tell us what it is then.
Which is about 37, 38% of our listeners in the US. I could give a film reference for this one.
Yes, please.
So it's a state with a film reference.
Yep.
Alabama.
Oh, that was it.
No, but you were going Sweet Home Alabama?
I was going Sweet Home
No,
Alabama.
it is in the title of a
Seattle.
a set of franchises.
Seattle's not a state.
No,
A set of franchises or a franchise?
A franchise.
It's not though. Sleepless in Seattle, like it, but
I'm just
no,
thinking of anything.
we are not popular in Seattle. It's too north. We have nothing on the north coast, like all of the ones of the north.
No, not yet. Franchise?
Yeah.
Kind of franchise. Action franchise.
Action adventure.
Mm-hmm. Indiana.
Correct. Indiana.
There you
So
go.
we have Indiana, Virginia, Utah, District of Columbia, California, Florida, and Texas.
Isn't Indiana sort of central?
Well, yes. And it might theoretically be...
It's near to the East Coast, right?
Yes, it's like northeast if we were going anywhere. But
Just under Michigan, I think.
yeah, that and Virginia are sort of outliers for the rest. So we're going to see if we can push that as well.
No, not Howdy, because they're not southern states.
No.
Just Hi.
Hi. I'm just going to try and... Well, actually, Matthew, on social media, you should just spam people in random states and say, fancy giving us a listen.
How'd you do that?
Well, you just go and find somebody who's popular and spam.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go.
I say that like that's a thing. I don't know if it is. But there we go. Right. Let's move on to the main challenge.
Yes.
This is our 35th in the list. We picked randomly using T, which I listened back. I didn't really understand why we went to T.
Why not?
Why did we go to T?
Why not?
I
I
can't
just
remember.
thought of something that had numbers.
Okay, but Morocco helped us. Number 22. Top 5 films that have a memorable fight scene. So as always, who's going to take up the mantle of trail of thought, process? How did we get to your lists?
Do you want to start? Don?
Yeah, I will do. I think mine was... Obviously, I did some research in terms of different ones, but I think I had quite a few instantly come to my mind.
And because you're an action lad.
And it was...
Oh, he's also a thriller horror.
Yeah.
Kind of went against, obviously, when I said like fight scenes, to me, it's not battles.
Oh, good classification.
I agree.
So it's a fight. So...
Did you look up the definition of fight?
I didn't know. I just went because I thought if I do that, then it's going to be too specific at that point. But I was thinking it can't involve kind of there's not a battle. There's not multiple people on either side fighting each other. That is a battle.
Okay.
So mine is kind of...
So none of yours have multiple...
They might have multiple people, but there's one person who on one side.
So a fight to me is not with... I would need to check my list now. I would say a fight is not like one army shooting against another army, and is not an aeroplane dogfight, which I would say you could argue that.
You've argued that.
You could argue that though.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I did not go with that side of things. I went with
humans
attacking each other.
Yeah.
And
I went very much for. I put a lot down. Then I was like, which ones do I actually instantly remember? Because they have to be memorable. So I was thinking, I know those enough. So I just went for the ones that I definitely remembered without having to look it up.
Yes.
Yeah, I went full circle. So I put down the ones that instantly came to my mind. Thought, am I missing something? Started writing down others, and I pretty much picked. Top 5 are out the first 6 that came to mind. See,
I struggled to remember if something was a particular fight from a particular film. Like I can remember a film having fighting in it, but I couldn't necessarily remember the fight.
See, I discounted those sorts of films because it's not memorable. It's just a film with fighting
with
in
lots of fights in it.
Yes. So what I mean is I thought of a film, went, there's loads of fighting in that. And then I went, can I remember a fight, not a fighting film?
Yeah.
And then if I couldn't remember the fight, or a fight particularly, then I've discounted it.
I'm going to say that I reckon I have the shortest list to work from.
Oh, right.
No, not of the 5. Yeah, I've only picked 4. I can only think of 4 today.
I picked the same film 5 times.
I want to go completely against what we're doing. Yeah. No.
Right, okay.
I reckon I've got the shortest. I struggled because I don't think that's what brings me into films.
No, well, it is for me, but yeah, I think all my films are very fighty, but there's main fights that are very memorable within them.
Okay, shall we crack in? I'm going to say Dom because I think over the last 2 times it's been Matt and me.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
Okay.
before you do it, duplications?
Yeah, I think so. I have a feeling.
Potentially,
Only
yes.
because I feel like there was a smaller pool of films that we might think of collectively.
Yeah.
I think there will be duplicates, and I think I've got a pretty predictable list.
Okay.
All right, fine.
Let's see.
Right, so my number 5, going first. 2009, 2 hours 8 minutes. It's 7.6 out of 10.
You got to slow down. We got time. We need time to
2009. I haven't got 2009.
2009.
No.
I don't know why I don't just write a summary page. I've just thought this up.
With the 5 on
which
it.
at least would have, would just have those 5 bits on that I could scroll in. I don't think I've got 2009. You're okay. Go again.
2 hours 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
7.6 out of 10. Action, adventure, mystery.
Of course.
Oh,
And the mystery is probably that's quite a key thing in this particular film. PG-13, and I was going to say who directed it then, but I think that might give it away.
Big
it's
name.
number 5.
Big name director.
You can get these off the list quickly if you want.
Okay,
cool.
Guy Ritchie on this one. The particular scene or the particular fight scene is very well choreographed.
That's
about 1 of 4, isn't it? In my head.
I would think for a fight scene, I would say a Sherlock Holmes.
It is Sherlock Holmes.
Is it the Sherlock Holmes?
It is the original, yes, the first one.
Oh, that's weird. My brain didn't go to that at all. But I can't remember watching that film.
So that one is where he pretty much walks you through exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Dictates everything. Narrates like where he's going to hit him. He's going to hit him on the get rid of his hearing, so he scrunches in, and then he's going to punch him in his chest.
He describes it first.
Describes it, and then it goes.
Is it in classic Guy Ritchie fighting scene?
Yes,
style.
It's in complete slow mo.
It's got elements of fast and slow, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And he'll go defend left jab.
Yes,
he talks over the top.
It's like planning. It's a planning ahead, isn't it? Because it's Sherlock. Because it's Sherlock Holmes. He's describing everything in minute data
before it's even happened, and then the next scene is you go straight back to him at the edge of the ring, and then it happens in real time, and you see it happen exactly as it's going to happen.
Are there lots of fight scenes in Sherlock Holmes?
Not particularly.
I reckon
I wouldn't call them fights.
2 or 3 like that.
There's one but in the second film.
I think it's in the second film
where it's in the I don't know what it's called. There's dancers. And
that's not the film you've picked, though.
Oh, there is. There is a big, but it's not really a.
In the second film, there's also
more of
one
a Bond type fight, and that it moves a lot.
Yes,
so it's constant. It's not really memorable, and that's clearly. But
that's a good choice.
But that's my first one.
I am still not sure if I've seen that film.
You should definitely watch it. It's very good.
I think it's very good.
There's 2 of them, right?
There are. They're both very good, actually.
Technically, there's meant to be a third one coming at some point, but yes.
I've heard that as well, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But yes, there's definitely 2. There's Sherlock Holmes and there's Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows.
Okay, but you picked the first one.
I picked the first one because that's the memorable.
That's a very Matthew film to me.
It's a very good film.
It is a good film.
It's really fun.
It's a puzzler, right? So Matthew likes
the mystery. There is a good mystery thread through it as well.
Robbie Downey Jr. is good as Sherlock Holmes. Because he's arrogant.
He is,
as can be.
Jude Law makes
really works well.
Interesting Watson as well because he's not quite as sidekicky.
Buffoony.
No, he's not at all buffoony. He doesn't seem to. He doesn't.
Kind of shows up randomly as well.
Does he use his good look and charm, which I wouldn't expect Holmes to?
Not
as much as you'd imagine. Actually,
he does use his class. So he's more of a classy Watson. I think when you have other Watsons in other movies, quite often he seems a bit bumbling.
Yeah, got you.
Or at least not comfortable with the situation.
All right.
Agreed.
Nice.
There we go. That's my number 5. Straight in.
Matthew, you or me?
Yeah, I'll do mine.
Okay.
Matthew, you're number 5.
2003.
Whoa.
Straight in.
Hang on.
Go on. Have you got 2003?
I do.
It's an 18.
It is.
1 hour 51 minutes?
Correct. I've got that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, what number is that?
That's my number 2.
Okay, we'll come back.
It's not necessarily the same scene.
No, that's fine. We'll come back to it.
Might be. We'll come back to it though. If it's the same film, we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
Cool. That was good.
Well done. Good. I got that one out of the
You
way.
got a duplication straight in.
Here we go.
Jeremy.
So James, straight hit at your number 5.
My number 5.
Yeah.
Okay. I've gone for 2001. 15. 1 hour, 37 minutes.
No.
Keep going.
6.8 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it a comedy?
It has comedy as one of the tags.
Okay, go on. What are the rest? What are the rest of the tags?
2001, right?
Well, it wouldn't be me unless it was a
Rom-com?
comedy, drama, romance.
Right.
2001. Okay, go on.
I have an idea, but I'd like to hear some more.
Yeah, me too, but I don't know if I'm...
Oh, if you've got an idea. Oh, because you don't want to give it away for something else.
I don't want to give it away just in case.
What do you want me to tell you about? The fight scene?
Yes.
I picked this and put it at the bottom because it is perhaps the worst fight scene, but that makes it the best fight scene.
Okay, I think I know what it is.
Is it two... Go on. Is it two gentlemen fighting?
Two gentlemen fighting.
Over a lady?
In the street.
In the street?
Not just in the street.
Everywhere.
Also
They
in
go
a
through a
fountain?
window. Do they go through a window?
They go through a window.
In a
Yeah.
fountain?
Yeah, they go through a restaurant.
Yeah, okay, I know this one.
Yeah, I know it is as well.
I think the fountain's the second one.
Is the fountain the second one, right?
I think
okay.
so, off memory.
Is there a fourth one out at the moment?
It is very topical.
Is it? Can I just say it? 'Cause I think
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
I put Bridget Jones' Diary for you, Jem. Is it yours?
Correct.
No, you didn't, did you?
Yes. I thought all comedy. That's all I thought. And then I was like,
So
we're gonna put
I
that one.
struggled with fight scenes, but knew, and this was one of my first down on the piece of paper, because it is classic schoolboy fighting. They go in, they do the bit where they pause to sing Happy Birthday in the Greek restaurant while they bring out the birthday cake, and he says something like Happy Birthday to somebody.
Yes. Yeah.
And then he rugby tackles him through the window.
It's not arm swinging and
It's not a cool fight, is it?
I was not claiming it was a cool
No,
fight.
I agree.
But
I'm
it
just
is
saying.
memorable for all the wrong reasons.
it's like a school playground when it was like when you swing your arms and your legs at the same time.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. That kind of, and then run at someone.
Like Dom's fighting technique there.
It's like throwing slaps from a distance, knowing you don't want to get slapped back.
Exactly that.
Nice.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember how it starts, but I remember the film.
It's because
He finds him there, does he?
no, he says something about his ex-wife because
Of course, they've got
we're led to believe at this point that
Darcy.
Mr. Darcy.
Is he actually Darcy in that film?
Yeah.
Oh, good God.
Mark Darcy.
Mark Darcy.
We're led to believe that he's the bad guy. But actually, at that point, I think he makes a remark about how his wife enjoyed it because Hugh Grant starts talking about Mark Darcy's wife, who he had an affair with, and that's what finished his marriage. So
There
to
we go.
speak.
Yeah.
But I think Bridget leads us to believe that she left him because he's boring.
Yes. Your list,
Yeah.
is it the fights that you've ranked or the films?
Interesting. I have put them in order of fights for different reasons, though.
Okay.
So this is bottom because it's not a particularly good fight. It's a comical fight,
Right. Comical fights are good, though.
but it could be more memorable to me. But it's a comical fight. I've got a different reason for a number of them.
Okay, that's fine.
as to
I
why
just
I put them in their
wondered if you
position.
had specifically gone with, I've gone with which film I like the most. But no, I think you've gone with a combination of the two.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
There we go.
Nice.
There we
Straight
are.
to my number
2001 that was.
2001.
And of course,
Finally.
the newest, the fourth? Is it the fourth iteration? of that?
Fourth, we've had
Most recent one,
Bridget
yeah.
Jones's Diary. I
Bridget-
can't remember what the second one's called, but then it's British
Edge of Reason.
Edge of Reason. Very good. Then we've got
Baby.
Baby.
Oh, I've not seen that one.
I have.
I don't. I've
No,
seen
I
the
have
second
seen
one.
that
Is
one.
that the one where she goes to prison?
The third one is that's
No.
the first one.
Is that the first one?
Yeah.
No, it's the second one.
Is that the second
one?
Where she
Second
goes
one,
to the Thai prison.
She goes to Thai prison. Yeah.
Oh. Third one's the one with the baby with Emma Thompson as the gynecologist or doctor. We were
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
And a different American guy turns up. And then I have no idea what happens in the fourth one.
Something. She's got a young boyfriend, I assume.
I didn't know if it was her son at one point, like in the pictures. I was like, how far have we gone on?
Well, no
That's
Mark
really good.
Darcy though.
Is it not?
Colin Firth's not in it.
As far as I was aware, he's died, which is why she's now got another man on the way and stuff.
Of course. Did they get married?
Yeah, they were together in all of them. Like the second one, there was an
No,
issue.
in the third one,
Is there not in the third? But in the third
there's
one we
a
don't
love
know
triangle again.
That's why. Whose
Yeah.
baby is it?
Right, anyway,
Ridiculous.
this isn't a Bridget Jones
What's wrong
song.
with her? Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
So, Dominic, you're on to your number 4.
Number 4. Right. 2014.
That's great.
I have a 2014.
Oh, look at you two
No,
duplicating.
I don't think so, but let's hope it is.
I've got 2014.
Oh, keep going then, Dom.
I can't imagine this would be yours, but let's hope it is. 2 hours 12.
Oh, I've got close to that.
Mine's close to that, but it's not 2 hours 12. Keep going.
7.2 out of 10.
No,
No.
it's not the same. I think
You guys
Jem,
got the same
I reckon
thing.
we've got the same.
You must have the same thing. Action crime thriller,
Action crime thriller from 2014.
and it's
Okay.
a 15.
Okay, keep going.
I'm going to give you the fight scene itself. Just talk
Yeah.
about that. Okay, it's quite similar to my previous one where it does exactly the same. Actually, isn't thinking about it.
He talks through.
He talks through exactly what he's going to do before it actually happens. But as he walks into the
Is it a heist film?
no, it is
Okay.
not. So he talks about what he's going to do. Well, he doesn't talk about it. He just goes through it in his mind, and then it comes back, and you see it happen in
Okay.
live action.
Do you see it like in the Guy Ritchie one? Do you see it slowly pan out the first time? And then
Yes, you
see
do
it
in multiple different angles. Yes,
Oh.
yeah, from different perspectives. But
But the person who is fighting talks you through it.
he doesn't talk in this one. He doesn't talk in this one. It just goes through what he's going to do.
So, like, planning a fight.
So essentially, he's in a situation next to a desk. They are. I'm not going to get the nationality. He's European, I believe. Of some.
I have an idea what it might be.
There are 3 of these films in total now.
Not 4.
No.
Oh.
Well, there better not be. I'm pretty sure there isn't. The latest one was in 2023.
Okay, I thought it was something to do. Okay, no, because
You'll concede.
I'll
Okay.
concede for the moment, but I think keep going.
Some of the.
Yep.
Yeah, so essentially he's sitting at the front and he goes through exactly what he's going to do because he used to be he used to do it for a living. He used to be a trained professional in some sort of
I'm
black
getting like
ops.
Taken or something like that.
Some sort of black ops, but he's no longer. But he's not
Black
recognized.
Ops, right?
Essentially,
3 of these.
there's 3 of these in this franchise.
Do they
Anyway.
have? Do each of the films have a different like? Do they call just so and so whatever it
They
is?
have got the exact same name, but they're just
1, 2, 3.
something 2, 3. Yeah.
Okay, I really don't know you then.
No, I'm struggling.
No, so the character
Actors?
name. I'll
Yeah,
give you,
okay, no,
I'll give
that's
you actors if you want. So
No, it's up to you. You can
That's
choose,
fine.
Dominic.
Bill Pullman is as Brian Plummer. He is the husband of one of the main characters.
Bill Pullman.
David Harbour as Masters, who is one of the kind of minor gang members.
I have a feeling I haven't seen these.
Chloe Grace Moretz
Oh, I know
as
it
Terry,
is.
and she's
There are 3.
she's a prostitute in this.
Oh no, I don't know what this is then.
Oh, I thought. No, I'm with you. I thought
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, there's only 2 of those.
There's 2 of those
Yeah,
films.
if I take the main
Superheroes.
person,
Yeah.
I take the first person, you probably get it. But
Give us some character names first then. Oh,
Uh,
you are as well, aren't you?
yeah. Brian Plummer, Masters, Terry, Teddy, and Robert McCall. And Robert McCall is completely retired, but he now
I'm
works
lost.
in
I don't think I
a
know
warehouse
this.
store. Denzel Washington is the main character.
Oh, it's Equalizer.
He is the Equalizer, yes.
Okay, I haven't seen these.
No, I haven't seen The Equalizer.
So which Equalizer is it, Tom?
The first one.
Right, and can you describe what happened? Oh, you just
I
did.
just did, yeah. So he
Can you describe how it's different than Equalizer 2 and 3?
so that it doesn't happen in Equalizer 2 and 3. There are bigger fight scenes, but they're less memorable because they're so long.
Right.
That's the only thing. There are lots and lots of fight scenes and lots of small action ones, but this one in particular.
Does he always do the same thing? Tell you what he's going to do and then they show it?
So he does in each film,
Yeah.
but not necessarily for each fight scene.
Okay. But one scene in each film is
From
like
memory,
that.
yes.
Okay.
Definitely, I can remember in 1 and 2. So in the first one, he meets Chloe Moretz's character, and she has been beaten up by her pimp, essentially, but finds out where her pimp works, goes to see him, and says, "I want to get her free. Want to pay for her freedom," essentially. And they joke and laugh about him, and essentially they insult him. And what he does is he goes and locks the door. And then turns around, looks at where everyone is, and obviously pinpoint, and it shows exactly how he's kills each individual until he gets to the front. like with corkscrews
So
and glasses.
What is
The point
the
of the film.
general plot? Yeah,
Is that
what
it?
is the general
He's
plot?
just trying to free
He's just a good guy.
prostitute.
He's just
So
like a
he
vigilante.
is
He's like
equalising. He's doing right.
He's doing good.
righting wrongs.
he's a vigilante,
doing,
really. Yeah.
by doing wrong things.
So he was like
Yes.
professionally trained to kill people,
Okay.
but I don't
Is
know
it-
exactly what his background is.
Is he equalising it because two wrongs make a right?
Let's say yes.
Well, no. If he's equalising, if two wrongs make a right, then that's into the positive. So he must be doing something really good.
So
to
they're
to
bad.
average out.
So they're
This
doing
is
bad.
so mathematical,
So
isn't it?
they're doing bad. So they're like a gang, and they're pimping out these girls, but they're also harming them. He doesn't like it. Obviously
That
tries
bit he
to get it
doesn't
free, and they don't listen to him. But obviously by doing that, he kind of gets the bigger boss that's elsewhere
Right.
to come
Okay.
and try and kill him essentially. But then
I had
there's a
no
big
idea
fight
that was
scene,
the content of the Equalizer.
But there's
No,
a
me
bit,
neither.
yeah.
What did you think it was about?
I just thought it was like Denzel Washington just running around again. He kind of always does that.
It
What's
is-
the other
they
one?
are
Man on
great.
Fire?
that's different. Where he's trying to get a kidnapped kid.
Yeah.
Well, so hold on.
Is he
There's
a
a kid involved,
is he a
and he's being
detective
the
in
good
this,
guy
though?
again.
You what, sorry?
Is he a detective in this?
No, he's nothing. He's just
He's just-
retired. He
right,
just works in a warehouse.
Okay.
He's just fed up with society.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good. No,
Yeah.
I've not seen that.
Well, there we go. That's my number 4.
Matthew, let's see if we can get you to talk about one of your films yet.
I don't know. Maybe my number 4 is 2024.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
No. I don't know that one.
I'm pretty sure I don't have a 2024.
15.
So you must have watched this recently.
2 hours and 8 minutes.
Okay.
7.6 on IMDb.
Okay. Fair enough. Yep.
It's popular.
Action, adventure, comedy, sci-fi.
Oh, sci-fi.
No, yeah. Go on.
Time travel.
Space related.
I don't think there's time travel. No, not time travel per se.
Hold on. I think I know where we're going here. Oh, is that 2024? Maybe not. Are we talking parallel
Parallel
universes sort of thing?
Yes.
Has Dominic mentioned this before?
No.
Sausage fingers.
Oh
No.
no, it's not that
Oh,
one.
okay. I was questioning. That's probably
No,
the year before.
That's 23, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, it's not Everything Everywhere All at Once. No.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
I'll give you.
But there is
shall I tell
parallel
you-
universes.
Yeah. Shall I give you the scene?
It's not Marvel.
It is Marvel.
24. Okay. Go on, carry on. I don't know them.
So the scene is like the opening gambit of the film. It's not the opening scene, but it's like an opening scene. It's actually the opening credits scene. There is some fighting going on between one person and a lot of other people. To a song by NSYNC.
Is it not? It's not Deadpool or whatever.
It is Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, I've never seen it. Not seen it yet.
Have either of you seen it yet?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
So it's the
What happened?
opening.
So
Went to
what
cinema
happens?
to see it.
So Deadpool is trying to find Wolverine and effectively finds he digs up his corpse as per the end of Logan.
Logan. Yeah.
So he digs it up and there's just an adamantium skeleton. And then anyone that's watched any of some of the extra stuff from Marvel, including Loki, will understand that the TVA come and attack him. And so he fights them off while dancing to the song Bye 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 by NSYNC in the style of NSYNC, and using the adamantium skeleton to smash them to pieces, basically.
Okay.
I found it hilarious. I thought it was amazing.
I think my definition of fight would not allow me to pick this.
Oh,
Go
why
on.
not?
Go on.
Because are they not... Oh, no, they are batoning, aren't they? Not shooting.
They're shooting at him, but he's not shooting at them.
Okay. Yeah, I just think anything with guns doesn't lead it to a fight in my head.
It's a gunfight, isn't
Okay,
it?
it's a gunfight. Yeah.
I know, but
Yeah, no. Okay.
I think
see
in
what you're
my
saying.
inference...
There's lots of him hitting them with different objects.
No, you're right,
Doing
yeah.
things to them, and there's lots of
And using the
spatter
claws
and-
yeah.
yeah, and it's quite amusing. I think for example, Hugh Jackman's name as the opening credits. There's a slow-mo bit of the adamantium skull with Hugh Jackman etched across the forehead of the skull as he's attacking somebody with it.
Yeah.
I've not seen it, so I wouldn't know.
It's
but
a very good scene, and the song
Can you
is
remember
very
it, Ken?
good. It's very good with the NSYNC song.
I do remember it, and he did the dance a lot in the promo.
Yes.
Him and Deadpool characters. So yeah, because obviously there's no point in dressing Ryan Reynolds up in a Deadpool outfit because
It was
you can't tell it's him.
the guy that choreographed the Bye 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 song is the guy in the Deadpool outfit.
There you go.
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
And that is your number.
That's my number 4. I love
7.6
that
does
scene.
get? I'm
Yeah.
not sure I like it that much.
I thought it was. I couldn't decide whether I liked it more than the first one. I think I may have.
No, I always like beginnings.
Yeah.
I do like the first one.
The first one's very good.
Do not enjoy
I
the
think the
second
reason
one.
I like this one is that it had lots of nods to lots of stuff that was very me. I think
Yeah.
it had of,
Well,
a,
it's
certain,
90s based, isn't
of a
it?
certain age. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think all of the
Yeah.
Deadpools do that, in my opinion.
They do. The second one I think lost its way a little bit, but yes.
Less
I
interesting.
think
Second
that's
one.
just because of timing and because of the debate within the
I think
studios and that sort of stuff. But Dominic, you can watch it on Disney Plus if you want to. Because
Yes, that's right.
You should. It's very good. It's very good.
Okay, well,
All right.
thank you very
Well,
much.
no one's got that one.
So, Jem, on to your number 4.
Right, my number 4, 1982,
No,
No,
nothing this old.
PG,
A PG fight.
1
Animation.
hour 39 minutes, 6.8 out of 10.
Okay, so another comedy, another rom-com.
It is not.
Com
Go on, what are the
Now,
genres?
there's a
Look at him,
reason why
look.
this is in 4th position,
Right.
because you could argue this fight, the memorable fight I've chosen, doesn't happen.
Is it in someone's brain? Are they just imagining it?
No.
Well, it doesn't actually happen.
But
It must do,
It's-
obviously, because it's a fight scene. But
well, no, but it's inferred that it happens.
Okay.
hang on a
you
minute.
need to
Go on,
sell
go on.
this.
What are the
better.
genres?
Yeah.
Go on, what are the genres?
Genre-
I'm not going to
tags.
tell you the genres because it would
What?
give it away.
Oh, cool.
It is at the very end of a film.
1982. Right.
Is it animation in any sort?
No,
Okay, fine.
Is it comedy?
no,
And this is a fight scene at the very end of a film that is implied.
yes, and it's implied.
Why is it implied? Yeah,
Is
go on.
Is it after credits?
No, it's not after
was about to
credits.
say.
It is literally, you are going to witness something, a big memorable fight,
That never
but
happens.
then it cuts at just that point.
Oh, is it?
Oh, Matt
Have
knows.
I mentioned this before?
I don't know.
Have I had one of this in my top 5s?
Oh, I don't think so.
I don't know then.
I'll give, if it's 1982, I'm not sure we're going to have any more. So give it a go.
You should know it.
It's not Monty Python.
No.
I thought it was the
What
end
would
of
be implied there that didn't happen?
Well, the fight at the very end of Monty Python and the Holy Grail, they all go to fight and then the police turn up and it stops.
Oh, okay. No. Now, in my opinion,
Yeah.
there is. I would suggest that there's definite connection, but you can't. But there's not.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
Is
what?
it the second of a series?
No, it's the third.
Oh, it's the third. Is it the third?
Yep.
Okay.
Who's upset with who, character-wise? Do you know it, Matt?
Nobody's upset with each other at this point.
No, I think it's a friendly one.
It
There's
is
fights
friendly,
earlier.
but not
Is there
friendly.
fights earlier?
There's fights earlier in
Okay,
it.
I know exactly what it is.
Well, you say what it isn't, because I have no clue.
It's one of the Rocky films, right?
It is Rocky 3.
I think right at the end there's a freeze frame and they're not quite
So,
connected.
For those of you who don't know, Rocky 1 follows Rocky fighting Apollo. Number 2 follows the same
Rocky fighting Apollo.
And then when we get into number 3, Clubber Lang is on the case, which is Mr. T, and Rocky goes to God rest his soul, Carl Weathers as Apollo to be his coach. And
Carl
after
Weathers not around.
no,
he
he
died?
passed recently. I'd say this year or the end of last year.
I didn't know that. There we go.
so-
Okay.
Carl
The
Weathers-
late great, we'll say.
Carl Weathers is not with us.
No. But anyway,
Carry on. Yeah.
he trains him to beat.
That's right.
He teaches him how to box southpaw. He teaches him how to beat
What does that
Mr.
mean?
T. But what does that mean?
Yeah.
It means
The
you
other way
change your
round.
stance the other way round.
Is it not?
So
not
you'd be
Left front.
like Goofy.
You're yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What
Yeah,
if you were
exactly.
skating? Okay.
Left foot front, right foot front.
Right.
But anyway, he at the very end we see them come back into the gym and he's like, So what was the price? Like he said he wanted to do something, and he says, and they're both getting ready to fight, and he's basically like, we're going to fight, and he's like, when did you come up with this idea? Like, because he says you're going to have to do something for me, and this is his do something for him, and he gets
Ding,
in the
ding.
ring,
Does
and
it
they're
finish
basically
like
going to
that?
have another fight. Well, you say that. He goes, do you want to ring the bell? And Carl Weathers literally puts out his boxing glove and goes, ding, ding.
Yeah, I remember.
And then they start sparring, and nobody wants to look like they punch each other. And then they literally are swinging at each other. Both look like they're going to make absolute plumb connection. And that is just so memorable because it's like it's the pinnacle of it.
They're both about to knock each other out.
When they talk to each other, they're talking about the fact they've had to get old, and I mean, Stallone goes on and does about 7 other films, but how they're getting old and how this can't happen. But it's basically like the third fight that never happened.
I don't remember those films enough.
I love Rocky films.
I vaguely remember
The underdog story.
I think
Come on.
I remember the Mr. T one,
Yeah,
and
this
I
one.
remember Ivan Drago one.
Number 5.
That's number 5, not number 4.
I
I thought number 5 was his kid.
What was his name?
Oh, you're getting my brain now.
I didn't think he fought in number 5. I've seen number 5. I think I've seen.
No, that's
most of them.
Balboa. If you're talking about the one with the guy from
No.
Heroes.
No.
See, that's how many there are. I
think-
get a bit. I lose interest a bit further down the line.
Yes.
But I have watched a couple of the Creeds as well.
I like
Right.
Creeds. I like them.
No, I've not seen the Creeds.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it's to do with the fight that isn't the fight. But I don't know if you know, in each of the films, everyone sort of signs up to this. There is an absolute true connection at some point in the film, but nobody tells them that it's coming.
They did
Oh,
it in
right.
Creed as well.
So
What do
yeah,
you
they
mean?
did it with Creed
What-
as
what
well.
do you
So you
mean?
kind of pre-agree that
Well, they're just going to spar and pretend to
they
duck
pretend
and dive.
and they'll do everything,
To
but
get a
every
true
so
reaction.
often, to get a true reaction, they'll absolutely plumb you one.
Like
Tony Bellew is in Creed,
Michael B. Jordan, yeah, got absolutely smashed by him.
and they both hit each other once, but they weren't to tell each other when that was happening. But they had to make sure the cameras are rolling properly.
you telling
And
me? You
he
telling
got
me there was
knocked
like you're allowed one hit,
Well,
but
basically,
you don't know when it's going to be.
basically, it's like we are going to hit you at some point, and yeah, that's fine, and that then gives it a more true. So you've got to make sure you do it at the right time, if that makes sense. But you're right, Michael B. Jordan apparently was like almost Sparko when he got
Yeah.
hit,
They did. They were like 1, 2, 3, go, and they absolutely caught him.
and Tony Bellew absolutely
And it just
smashes him.
straight to the floor.
But it
Yeah.
looks good.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen Creeds. I haven't seen any of those.
All
How
the
many- how
Creeds
many
are a good
there?
version.
I like them.
3, 2.
I feel like it's three Creeds.
Yeah.
I've
only
seen
seen
two.
two.
So
Yeah,
I-
snaps.
So there's 5 Rockies, then there's Balboa and Rocky Balboa.
Which is,
Yes.
does he come back in one of them?
So there's 7
like a
of
really old
those,
man.
and then there's 3 Creeds.
One of them comes about because there's a computer game and they're questioning whether the current person would beat Rocky Balboa. I can't remember which one that is.
What? So they fight. He
So they
fights like a
fight, which is not
60-year-old.
dissimilar from Mike Tyson versus,
Jake Paul.
yeah.
Ridiculousness. That's
Okay.
all I can say.
Anyway,
there.
I've talked too long about Rocky. I could go on for hours.
Lovely.
And that was your number 4.
That's my number 4.
There we go.
But the reason it's my number 4 is because it's not actually a fight, but it is a memorable fight.
Okay. I do remember that one more than the others. Actually, you're quite right.
And there we go.
You could have put Clubber Lang's fights in there, but there you go.
So my number 3.
Yeah, you're number 3, Dog.
Okay. I struggle which one of these, but I've gone for 2017.
Okay.
2 hours 21. 6.7 out of 10. And it's action, adventure, comedy, crime, thriller.
Comedy. Throwing a random comedy in there.
But it's obviously part of a series, franchise, something like that.
Yeah, there's only 2.
There's only 2 films though.
There's only 2. Yeah.
So it's one of the 2 films.
And it's not Sherlock Holmes.
to be technical, there is 3, but 2 of them follow this
Oh, okay.
suit, should we say? This
Suit.
genre.
Okay.
This suit. I thought he was
This-
telling me it's a
and this-
superhero.
No.
Okay, go on then. Keep going.
Right.
Is it funny? Is it comedy? Or
There
is
is,
it just...
there is comedy absolutely in there, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to think. Right, so some of the character names probably give it away, but not too much.
So don't give it away. Yeah.
I'll probably tell them, and you probably understand. But yeah,
John.
no,
Dave.
champagne,
Yeah. Oh.
tequila,
Mockingbird.
ginger ale,
Oh, this is ringing.
Yeah.
Harry Hart,
Harry Hart.
Poppy Adams,
So some of them are named after drinks.
Merlin. And I can't tell you the last one really. 'cause
Oh,
that'll
hold
give
on.
you
I think you've got. I know.
it. You've made me jump then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know. Which year did you go?
2017. So this is the second of the two.
And I think Matthew and I are doubling up on the first.
Are you?
I don't know.
Talk about the scene.
So this particular scene is right at the beginning of the second film.
Okay.
The one I nearly chose was in the first film.
Which I think is the one that Matthew and I have
Which makes understand.
alluded to already, but that Matthew's not sure.
I'm shaking
not
my
sure.
head now.
Yeah.
Right.
So this happens in a church. The church massacre scene is what it's called.
The second one.
This
or
is the second one. This is the first scene of the second one.
The church massacre scene again.
Yeah.
What do you mean again?
Because it was in the first one, the church massacre
Not the
scene.
full
Right.
one.
We're all talking about something incognito, even though we all know what we're talking about.
I think so now. I'm on
But
the page.
I'm now questioning whether Dominic knows which film he actually likes a scene from.
Mhm. So the beginning of the second film
Yeah.
has the church massacre, but the church massacre happens in the first film.
Yep.
They
What do
might-
you
they
mean by
might-
that though?
They might show it in both. What at the end of?
I thought it was in the beginning of the second film is
Yeah,
when this
I think
happens.
it's both. Do we want to save this until we get to Jeremy's, or what number is Jeremy's?
Is this not what you...
No.
Oh, well, that's the 2014 film I was
Oh.
talking about. But there you go.
Interesting.
So that's an interesting one because I didn't pick that scene, but I actually think you're in the wrong film, Dom.
So what number is
Oh, this
yours?
is bad because Dan not from Delaware has just praised everyone.
hang on.
Now, it does appear in both films.
It does. It does appear in both films.
Do you know what? I think we just go for it.
Right. What number is yours?
No, it says it. The church massacre happens in Kingsman, the Secret Service.
Which is the first film?
Which is the first film.
What have I put Golden Circle? Okay, fine. So then I'm completely wrong in that sense. That is embarrassing. Couldn't believe. So,
Right, Dominic, pause there because I've got that later on.
Right. Okay. You've got that later on. Nice. So you were talking about the same film. Just
Yeah.
Dom seemed to think it was the second one.
I thought it was the second one. Yeah.
It does get referenced in the second
It does.
film,
That's
though,
what I thought. Yeah.
because
But not-
they show that they blur over his eye to keep him alive.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I thought that happened at the beginning of the second. There we go. That's my bad.
Right.
Completely
We'll come
my
back.
bad.
We'll come back.
That's my number
Sorry,
three.
Dan, not from Delaware.
Yeah, apologies, Dan. Yeah.
We've saved you there.
Well, you hope.
Yeah.
Right. My number 3. Let's move on quickly. Mine is 2014.
Oh, this is your one that. Okay.
Yep. 12A. 2 hours and 16 minutes. 7.7 IMDb. So it's not the same as
No,
Jeremy's.
it's not. No, which is mental. But go on.
That's 2014. 2014 was a good year for fight scenes.
People
Okay.
were trying to one up on 2014.
I'll give you a quote if you want from the scene.
Yeah.
So the quote goes, "Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?"
Ooh.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, you say it and it rings, doesn't it?
So that's a quote.
Is it
from the scene.
Marvel?
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, go on. Then you might as well go for it.
I'm pretty sure it's in an elevator.
It is in an elevator.
Very
Oh,
good.
yes. It's one of the
It's Captain America.
It's Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yes. But it's that scene, is it, rather than the whole actual fight with the Winter Soldier?
No, this scene
Okay.
is the one that I remember. I think the comedy element of that statement, I think, was good. And also, I just like the contained nature of the whole scene. The fighting with all of the... Are they all S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, aren't they?
They're actually Hydra.
They are, but they were S.H.I.E.L.D. agents that are now Hydra, or whatever it is.
Well, Hydra generally undercover
They
people
are.
anyway. Yeah.
So they're supposedly S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, and he's being taken up in the elevator, and he notices something.
He's meant to escort
That's right.
the briefcase, is it?
That's referenced in a later film.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So, and that is when he's going up, and that's when he realizes he's going to get into a fight, which is why he says, "Anyone want to get out?" And then
It is,
he does a lovely...
How many people are in that elevator?
I'd say there's 6 or 7 other than him.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I always put more people in my head when I go through that.
It's a glass elevator, right?
Well, sort of, yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's on the outside of the building. Yeah.
So apparently that scene took 3 days to actually shoot. Despite the fact it's quite short, really, isn't it?
Is that because they kept breaking the elevator?
I don't know.
I reckon that's part of it.
I'm assuming it wasn't in the elevator. I assume it was just in a
you have to film it in
three-sided-
a contained space, otherwise
just
it doesn't
three
work.
sides. Just three sides.
Well, yeah, okay.
I'm saying it wasn't an
but
actual
still,
elevator. is what I
No,
mean.
but
Oh,
I'm pretty
maybe
sure they
did keep
smashed
breaking it.
glasses and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, it's versus. I've put Captain America versus Agents in the elevator. That one flew to me quite quickly. I remember that.
Do you remember the rest of the film?
I remember the Winter Soldier, him not knowing who it was, and then finding out it was Bucky. But no, I don't remember a massive amount about the rest.
Is that
of
the one with Toby? Is it Toby Young?
Robert Redford's in it as one
Yeah.
of the guys at the top end, like the director or something.
Romanoff's in it as well, right? Where she
Yeah.
fights him for quite a...
Yeah, so Scarlett Johansson is in it.
Oh no, I think I'm thinking
Falcon's in this one. I think this is the one where Falcon comes to the forefront.
Okay.
That's when they fight right at the top of the... I can't remember where they are, but they
Yeah.
fall through at the end.
Yeah,
Sort
so
of
it's basically they don't know who this Winter Soldier is, and then he discovers who he is, and he seems to have been brainwashed. He's sort
Oh,
of
no, I am thinking
being
of the right
brainwashed. Yeah, you are thinking of the right one.
He's
So
been
some sort of
trained,
brainwash
isn't he?
because they thought he died in the original, the first Avenger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we find out the links with Iron Man as well.
Do we find the links with Black Panther in this one, or is that later?
I didn't know there was one.
Yeah,
Okay.
It gets confusing.
There we
it
go.
does. I know there's lots of end credit scenes, and they don't seem to have
I remember
anything to do with the film.
whole Iron Man thing, but yeah.
But yes, I really like that scene in the elevator. I think it's a very slick fight. I like the
Okay.
contained nature. I like the fact that everyone gets... It basically, it shuts with the door shut, and then he goes up, and then when it opens, they're all on the floor.
On the
It's
floor,
just
yeah.
good.
Okay.
Brilliant. My number 3.
There we
Well,
go.
my number 3,
Okay, go.
1999, PG,
Oh, no.
2 hours, 16 minutes,
Right.
6.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Action, adventure, fantasy, sci-fi.
Ooh. So the sci-fi is spacey.
Correct.
99.
Yeah.
I think I know what it is.
Why, have you guessed it for Jem? Or?
No, I haven't guessed it with Gemma. I just remember what film
We've
came out
talked
in
about this
99.
year a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did
Go
you
on,
talk
keep
about
going.
it reasonably recently? Does it have someone's voice in it who was in Flash Gordon?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Okay, I know what it is.
Okay, I'm going.
Yeah, good
I-
good knowledge.
I believe it is episode 1.
It is. Now, that is by no means the best Star Wars film, but contextually for me, I am how old am I at that point? 15?
Mm-hmm.
15. There's never been a release of a Star Wars before in my lifetime. It comes out and there is an epic fight scene in it
Amazing. The fight scene is the best bit about that film
Which one?
by a long
What's
shot.
that? I can't remember.
because it's the first time we see a double lightsaber.
Double
Oh,
lightsaber.
no, that, yeah, fair enough.
It's the prowling up and down outside of the force field windows.
Well,
while
yeah.
someone else is almost meditating. I love the pre.
Well, that's
preamble.
Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon
Yes.
Jinn is
Yeah.
doing that because he's just waiting for his chance. They're basically going through the sort of like barriers in between.
Yeah, is it some sort of energy field? I don't
Yeah,
know.
and they fight and then they don't fight and then they don't fight and then obviously sorry, I apologise. It's not, is it? It's Ewan McGregor who's doing the meditating because he can't fight because Liam Neeson is there, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but something happens that makes him a little bit angry.
But Liam Neeson's not in the second
Yeah.
one, is he?
No, yes. So it's because we have Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn fighting Darth Maul.
Darth Maul. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a great
and,
fight.
and it's the first time we see a double lightsaber, and it's just a fight happening at the same time. Now that's my only weapon.
He looked evil.
But I
as well.
argue that they kick each other at the same time. It's not like
A sword
shooting
fight.
from distance.
It's a sword fight,
Yeah, it's a
lightsaber fight.
That's
Definitely a fight.
Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it was so memorable for me. I
You've
don't.
got the same-
I
you've got
don't
the same
love the
weapon.
film. I don't love how it sits in the new 3 at that point. But at the time, it was excitement and it was something different.
I have to say, so we at home we have the Lego Star Wars, and you can take part in that fight as part of the game. Like
Oh, well, that
you
makes
actually,
sense.
You actually
Nice.
fight him. It's brilliant.
That is good.
Yeah. Also, the end of the fight is great. Without wanting to spoil very much,
But yeah, exactly.
the
What
end of
a
the,
strike!
Yes.
Yes.
Lovely. That's a
There we
really
go.
good one.
Although it does hark back a little bit to the original 3 films in the way that finishes.
Well, I think most of those, any Jedi
That
on
film was
Jedi,
huge.
But I
Yeah,
think
it's
they,
the
I think,
same
I think
way.
they linked far too much on those 3 to the original trilogies
Yeah.
in the hope that nobody would notice.
There
And,
was so many people buying a double
excuse me.
a double lightsaber.
lightsaber.
Okay.
Couldn't think of the word. Couldn't think of the word.
You probably want to finish that soon.
Yeah.
Don't stop there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice, Jeremy. Enjoyed
Nice.
that one. Good
Yeah.
choice.
No problems. That's fine.
Good choice of fight.
Definitely. If you've got the same weapon, it's a definite fight.
Mm.
Well,
No,
they
no.
haven't got the same weapon.
What I mean is the film's not
You know it. Yes, they do.
not the most brilliant, but
No.
that particular part of the film is
and
very
I can
great.
I can hear the music as we do it now.
rising.
Yeah, we're in. Oh,
I know.
sorry, I got carried away.
Well done.
Nice.
That's not an impersonation.
I love it. Right, on to before Jeremy sings the entire soundtrack. Number 2. That you have that soundtrack, by the way, on the Lego game.
Oh, nice.
While you're fighting.
Good.
So my number 2 is your number.
Oh yes, your number 2
5.
is my number 5. I forgot about this. Yeah. So Jeremy's got to work it out, right?
Yeah, 2003.
2003, 18, 1 hour 51 minutes, 8.2.
Oh, big.
IMDb.
Yeah. I still believe this to be significantly longer than 1 hour 51.
Yeah.
In my head, I thought it was nearly 3 hours. This
So
film.
I'm pretty sure. Did we see it at the cinema together?
No. You went to see it with
With Vic
us
V.
VV. Yeah.
See,
Hi,
I know
Vic
what
V.
this is now. Hi, Vic
Yeah.
V. Is there a lot of pans of looking at rooms in plan? That's what I can remember from it. I think I went with Matthew, actually.
I don't think there is.
No, with the
I have
Sword fight.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have recently watched this back, and
I remember being so long.
it's in black and white.
Am I going to get a
Actually, yeah.
bonus? Am I going to get a bonus point here? No, because I put it as my second guess for Matthew. I apologise.
So shall I know you've got it, Jem.
Go
but
for
Can I
Kill
give some more
Bill.
names? Kill Bill, Volume 1,
Volume 1.
Volume 1. Yes.
with the Hattori Hanzo swords.
Yep, absolutely.
The Deadly Viper of Assassin Squad is what she's trying. The bride is trying to reach. She's trying to get to all of them. In this one, we see 2 of them, I believe.
Yes.
She manages to find. I've got a name here somewhere. Vivian. Her name Vivian something.
Memorable, right?
Yeah. I can't remember the thing is, this is not the fight. So the fight scene is the bride versus the Crazy 88.
Crazy 88, correct, yeah.
Correct.
As it
You
said, yeah.
agree.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. In I believe the place was called the House of Blue Leaves.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
but
No,
that's
I know.
fine.
I've done my research, Tom.
There we go.
I think it's a nightclub. She turns up, and Lucy Liu's character is the Yakuza boss, and she's trying to get to her. So her gang that's in charge is the Crazy 88, who will go out of their way to try and kill her with all sorts of different weapons, including maces and nunchucks and swords and all sorts of things. And there's a lot of blood spurtage, if I
know.
remember.
And it's kind of play on the whole Crouching Tiger. Some scenes where they spin quite a lot.
Yes, there's lots of spinning, and I think it's a play on that. I think it's just that Tarantino would have harked back to those kind of films.
Like full limbs lost. and
Yes, a lot of limbs. I think there's an eyeball grab, if I remember.
Yeah, there is one.
There's an
Yeah.
eyeball grab.
No, this is funny because I did mention before, I went to the cinema with you to watch this, but I can't remember a thing about it. I think it was one of the times when we were all having too much to drink at the same time, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
It
that probably
definitely
would
must have been, right?
And probably was
Oh.
sat next to Vic V, who was just asking when are we going to kill Bill. The
Yeah.
entire film.
But I probably need to go and I definitely never went and watched the second one either, so I don't know whether that impairs me
I always thought there
remembering
was
the first
3,
one.
and I always thought they were very long. But
No, so if I
I don't know why.
So the plot, very quickly, was that at the very opening we see a wedding rehearsal going on, and
Yep.
then a group of assassin squad come in and kill everybody and leave the bride, who is the character name, just for dead, except she doesn't die, but she falls into a coma. We then see her wake up from a coma, and then she vows vengeance and then goes and finds each of the people, because it's about how long?
So it's basically just a vengeance film.
It is. She was pregnant at the time as well of the
and she
wedding.
lost it.
She loses the baby.
Oh,
so
man.
it's a vengeance for that and
But her
everything
husband
else.
got her killed.
Yes.
We don't know. I don't remember finding out if we find out or not. Why?
I can't remember.
He wasn't there at the wedding.
I think he
Yes,
was, but
he
he was
was,
in his
he does.
car or something.
No,
From
he dies,
Van
doesn't
Mary.
he? I thought they all died.
See, you guys don't even know.
Bill
Well, that
doesn't
bit.
die.
Right, I'm going to watch these films again.
Yeah, go do.
Yeah.
Do.
I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like it'd be worth it.
Yeah,
So yeah, Lucy Liu is the fight at the end, which is a very, very nice,
sort
sort of
outside
quite
in
a
a winter
beautiful,
scene.
quite a beautiful fight. But the Crazy 88 is just vicious, blood everywhere. Reminded me of the fight in Addams Family, where
Go on.
That didn't make you less clearly.
Wednesday and Pugsley are having a fight on stage at a school performance, and
Oh, yeah.
Uncle Fester sets
Lots
them up
of
with
knives.
lots of blood spurting everywhere. But
Lots
it
of
has-
samurai.
Yeah. So it has that feel of it. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there you go.
It's long as well. That's what memorable for me.
It's not. It's 1 hour 51. It's not that long.
No,
No,
the scene.
the scene.
Oh, the scene. Yes, it's about a
It
5
goes
minute
on.
fight.
It goes on.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
there's
at the
loads
end,
of-
you've got the young girl with the mace.
There's 88
Obviously,
of
it's
them,
trying
if
to-
I remember rightly.
Yeah, but she goes upstairs.
Is it
climbs the
actually?
stairs.
Have you counted them?
Well, that's why they're called the
The
Crazy
Crazy
88.
88.
I haven't counted them, though.
Do you think they called them that after they shot the film? They're like, should we count these and then call them the Crazy 88, or do we
Yeah.
Crazy 88
plan
is a
for
cool-
88 and then?
it's a good name.
Yeah, but it could equally be 77.
I mean, to be honest with you,
I
it could be
haven't counted
43.
them, no.
It's a long scene. There probably is 88. It's Quentin Tarantino.
Next time I do it,
It's
next
Quentin
time,
Tarantino.
next
It's gonna
time
be
I
88.
watch it, I'm going to be like 1, 2,
Pause,
3,
pause
4,
it.
5, 6.
Yeah.
Oh, I need a break. 4, yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, that's just an arm.
But
A bit-
some might be upstairs.
That sounds a bit like Lord of the
Some other
Rings when he
rooms.
starts counting them as he goes.
Oh, there's-
1.
They don't all die though, because the quote that I've got here was, "Those of you lucky enough to still have your lives, take them with you. However, leave the limbs you've lost. They belong to me now."
And then she goes and randomly spanks
Excuse me.
one of them with a samurai sword.
Oh,
Does she?
And tells him to run away. Yeah. At the end.
You are now the Crazy 57. Is that what happens?
I do
Pretty
remember
sure
that.
She must have killed more than that.
You are
but
now
yeah.
the Crazy 33.
Yeah.
And 33 and a third.
Right, my number 2. My number 2 is...
But no, is this not? Have you not got a number 2?
I have got number 2.
Oh, I've just jumped.
So it's my number 2, which is maths number 5.
my number 5.
Oh,
Sorry, there we
that's
go.
where
That's
I've got
why. That's
confused.
why.
Come on in, Matt.
My number 2 is 2000.
Cool.
It's an 18.
No, okay.
1 hour 42. 8.2 IMDb.
Ooh,
Okay.
popular.
Yeah,
That's a
go
good
on.
one. Comedy crime. That's the text.
Comedy crime.
Comedy crime.
2000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
British comedy.
British comedy. I would like to say some quotes. There are hundreds of quotes, but I would like to say some.
Oh,
Go on,
here we
please do.
go.
Yeah, go
He
on,
just
go on
wants to
then.
get this
Go
out.
on.
Dom will get
Right.
this straight away as soon as I do the quotes. I'm
don't
doing
do
it.
that. Yeah, go on.
Do you know what nemesis means?
Oh, okay.
A righteous infliction of retribution
But what-
manifested by an appropriate agent.
But what scene? I'm trying to think what fight scene.
Well, Dominic, tell us the film.
I'm assuming it's Snatch.
It is Snatch.
There we go.
And the fight scene,
That was Bricktop.
Yeah, that was Bricktop.
Carry on.
the fight scene is the boxing match between Mickey
Not much of a match.
and Gorgeous George.
Gorgeous George.
It is a match. You're misremembering. The scene is about 5 minutes long. It's Guy Ritchie,
Yeah.
so it has lots of slow-mo
Okay.
bits. It's
Am
quite
I right
visceral.
in thinking
Yep.
he's been told to go at a particular time?
He has.
He basically doesn't fight, but takes
No, so what you're
beatings.
remembering is a previous time where he was promising to go down.
Oh, okay.
So earlier in the film, he promises to go down early and doesn't.
No.
And so this is the second version, which is happening in order to encourage him to do as they want. They have set his mum's caravan on fire and she has died,
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah.
that would inspire him to do so. And so this is him basically straight after the wake. He turns up really sort of hungover.
Absolutely wasted.
Yeah, or still
Yeah.
They
drunk.
struggle to get him up, don't they, at one point?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they get him in the ring, and he's all over the place, and he's fighting Gorgeous George, and they think that he's knocked Gorgeous George out in the first punch,
Yeah.
but he hasn't. And then there's he sort of falls. If you see the bit that Gorgeous George gives him an uppercut, and Brad Pitt is almost horizontal as he falls
remember that,
down
yeah.
to the canvas, and then the canvas turns into water and he's like underwater. It's a great scene. It's a great fight scene.
I don't remember there being a fight. Yeah, in my head, that's not a problem. Well, it is.
I just remember him.
It's theatrical, incredible.
You're right. Yeah. I just remember him hitting down early. That's what I thought.
No, but you'll know this. You'll know the music
that's
as well.
That's what then unravels, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But the reason he's got to fight is because other things are going on. Yes. Is that right?
Yeah. It's a song by Effin' in the Bushes by Oasis. It's the name of the song. So
I'm joking.
if you Google that song, you will instantly recognise the scene.
But yeah, he has to.
Okay.
Yeah.
In order for things to unfold.
That's a Dominic film, but yeah.
It's absolutely amazing, that scene. I love that fight scene. And it does have the slow-mos, it has the fast, it has the like that kind of noise, it has lots of bang crash wallops. I don't know what I meant to know.
Anyone listening didn't get to see your hand movements at the same time as that noise.
It's good. That's a great scene. I love that.
Okay. Right. So my number 2 is Dominic's number 3.
Yeah.
But he didn't know it was this film.
So we'll all listen to Jem, because Jem's got the right film. I've got the wrong one.
You've got the second one.
2014.
Yeah. Right.
Not 17.
I have one of those.
15. 2 hours 9.
Oh, God, they are close, aren't they?
There we go.
Action, adventure, comedy. 7.7 out of 10. So should we just go out and say what it is?
It's the Kingsman Secret Service.
We've already said that.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go. That's the one.
And which fight are you talking about?
So I did pick the other fight.
The one in the bar.
So I picked the one in the far between Harry Hart or Galahad, which is another Colin Firth. So he's
in 2 of your films.
He appears in 2 of my 5 scenes.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
This one's a cool one though.
And again, it's stylistic, isn't it? It's very of a film that we weren't going to talk about, Kick-Ass, and it's very stylistically the same. But you are seeing things very similar to Guy Ritchie, slow, fast, setting it up in the background.
Also zoom-ins, lots of real close-ins, which is good. Lots of
but it looks like it's a very long shot that's spinning you round and so on and so on. But it's just very cleverly filmed, I think. But
and from what Dom said, sounds a bit like The Equalizer, where he locks the door.
Manners
in the first one,
maketh man.
Yeah.
So that's the scene that you were talking about.
Yeah.
But Dom, what scene are you talking about?
I was talking about the church massacre at the end.
Now, it has to appear in this film, Dom, because they've turned the mobile phones that they gave away to everybody on, which is what turns people crazy, including Harry Hart.
That's right.
Who basically is fighting to get his way out.
It's their test, isn't it?
They're testing it on the whole of the public.
It's the beta test for the major takeover of the world job.
Yes.
If I remember rightly. And the Samuel L. Jackson character who has a lisp.
For no reason whatsoever.
Also doesn't seem to like violence at all. So
Valentine, no, he doesn't like blood.
That's right. Doesn't want to watch, does he?
No,
it is
but it's absolute mayhem.
It is mayhem. It's great.
And as you say, there's multiple different angles and, as you say, point of view from like through the glass lens, through his lenses to see what he's seeing, and lots of just horrendous violence and shooting, and
it's very well cut.
Everyone
shot.
Essentially,
both of those scenes similarly.
But yes,
it's the glass smashing on the side of the face. It's all of that sort of stuff that you see.
And in that film, I have to say, I really like Mark Strong in that film as Merlin. And I know he's in the second one as well, but he goes underrated sometimes.
He's another chameleon, isn't he?
For sure.
I don't always... You thought, it's Mark Strong again, but you sort of forget who he is, even though he has a very distinctive sort of face shape.
But he can be good and bad. He's very good at that.
Yes, you're right. He can be good and bad. He's not sort of typecast as either one or the other.
And he does comedy as well.
And he can be funny or he can be quite stoic.
But anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. But yes, I agree with you, Dominic, that Kingsman Secret Service has to be in there.
I agree with you too.
To be fair to you, Dom, the beginning of the second film does start at that point.
So it just shows him being shot.
That's right.
By Valentine Samuel L. Jackson. And then they show how when they've walked off, that they come in and put the face pack on.
Yeah, that expands and then keeps his... Yeah.
I don't think it's at the very beginning. It's when they realise that... It's when they realise that Harry is still alive. They sort of explain how that happened.
Yeah, okay.
Nice.
My bad, Dan. Thank you. Yeah.
I love you're apologising specifically to Dad.
Yeah, only because Dad's the one that's going to be verbal about it. So, yeah, thanks, Dad. I wait to hear from you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good luck with that, Dom.
Right, we're on to ones.
We are on number ones. Dom, what's your number one?
I don't want to say it, just in case I'm wrong. No, so...
I'm going to question it.
Yeah.
1999.
Yes.
Hang on.
What?
Yeah.
I've got a 1999.
As your number one?
Yep.
I haven't. But...
You haven't?
No, but I reckon I know. Go on, keep going.
15.
Yeah. 2 hours, 16.
Correct.
Oh, you're sharing a number one.
IMDb rating?
8.7.
Correct.
Wow.
Action, sci-fi.
Did we pick the same point?
Now, I think I know what the film is. And to ask, I'm going to ask, was it directed by brothers that are now sisters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Based on the surname. I see, yeah.
So's my number one.
But you picked a different one from the franchise.
I did.
I don't know how you could pick a different one.
Well, we'll explain in a minute. won't we?
It depends
let's
on
go
whether
out
it's
there
the
then.
one where they're
Go on,
piled
let's
up.
throw it out there then. So
It's-
Dominic and I picked The Matrix.
Can I guess which one you picked? I'm going to say it is Reloaded.
I did pick Reloaded for my
Okay.
number one.
Okay.
Because, Dominic, which scene has he picked?
I feel like it's is it the scene where there's multiple Mr. Smiths?
It is.
Okay.
Multiple Mr. Smiths.
When he has a pole and he runs
Yeah.
around. Okay.
Yeah.
Near the end.
No,
No, it's
Is it
quite
not?
close to
it's
the
quite
beginning.
close to the
Okay.
beginning. It's the first
Yeah.
time he meets Agent Smith
But they
for
multiply
the second time.
For the second time.
and they bundle him.
Did you? Okay, so
Let's talk about your scene.
But-
Let's talk about which scene you guys are talking about.
Right.
so I have picked.
Do you want to do it at the same time, just in case?
It doesn't matter, Dominic. I
Go on,
can't
go on.
change your mind.
No, just say go on.
I've gone for the dojo
The
scene.
training scene.
Correct.
Yeah, me too. Rather
Okay.
than the end scene.
Rather than the Agent Smith fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, which equally is as impressive.
Mhm.
Obviously with the bullets and the whole thing. But I think... Yeah, I much prefer the
With
training
Morpheus.
scene.
With Morpheus.
With Morpheus, yes.
Don't try to hit me. Hit me. That scene.
Yeah, with his
He's just
motion
been-
of coming through with his
He's just been
hand
loaded
folding
up
in
with
half
all of
towards
the
him.
information he needs to
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
I know jujitsu. That one.
That's
Is that what he says?
Because he's met the red girl earlier in the thing.
Right, the training videos.
The training videos.
Training,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
whatever they're called.
But I think it's also the most memorable in terms of gestures, fighting gestures. It is very common. It does
Mhm.
use fighting gestures from other films, in case you
does.
aren't aware.
Yep.
The sort of flat hand come
Jet Li
here
kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
is in a number of films previous to that. But it is, for me, where I first picked up on that. The sort of
Yes.
come get me. The come hither sort of approach.
It's
But-
the whole, it's the whole. Obviously, it's where he begins to learn that maybe he's better than the rest.
And restrictions in the real world don't apply to you when you're in.
I
And
met
Morpheus is cool, man. So he's just like that.
Morpheus is pretty cool.
When he's just the best teacher as well. That you really you want it, and
I
he's
remember
obviously
seeing
so involved
the
and
quick
so
hands for the
invested.
first time. Is it the quick hands or is it the moving? Does he dodge out the way quickly?
It's quick hands when he punches. When he
That's right.
multiple punches.
Yeah, and the reason why I picked this over the latter scene is that the latter scene involves the Matrix more.
Mm-hmm.
As in, we start looking at the numbers cascading down the screen. He starts to realise what his true capabilities are, and that sort of takes away from the fighting, I think, a little bit.
Well, he even stops fighting, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's almost like he's looking at his nails on one hand by defending himself with the other.
That's what I mean. Whereas in this, he's still realising he's in the Matrix and what that means, and he's just coming of age, so to speak, in terms of fighting.
I found the end scene, now I've kind of rewatched it, God knows how many years ago, but when at the end, I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but obviously how it ends and where he ends up with Mr. Smith is all I'm going to say.
Well, there's a second one
Yeah, I know.
because I'm about to talk about that one in a minute.
Yeah, but I agree in the fact that it's the training scene. I'd like to call it.
Okay.
Where he starts to realise his powers.
We agree. High fives, Dom. Have we done? Is
You
that
did.
two number ones?
It might be two in a row. Did you do
What
one
did
in a
you-
row last week?
No, what did we do last time?
So there's
No.
been one recently.
It was.
We'll
there
go
was.
back and track
We'll have a
through.
look.
So Matthew, talk to us about your Matrix.
So I absolutely really love I really like the second film. Like, I know the first film is probably the best, but I do find it a very close second. The second film, I really like the second film. It has its issues, but the fight scene with the multiple Agent Smiths, I find amazing, and I really like it's the first time he realizes that Agent Smith has not gone, and he's basically now a virus.
Yep.
And he tries to turn Neo into an Agent Smith. In order to do that, he needs to hold him still. So there's just it's the starting of the fight where there's like 7 or 8 of them, and then when Neo gets stronger and stronger and starts fighting off, there's just more. And then it's just the ability, the choreography to cope with. How do you have one person fighting against literally hundreds at the same time? You know, when you watch a normal fight and everyone seems to take their turn to have a fight.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen in this one, which is what I really liked.
When was the last time you watched it?
I watched the scene last night.
Do you not? I watch that scene and constantly think they're not the same people.
No, I'm taking it from the context of what it is. I agree that it seems the CGI is not what you'd want now. And yes, CGI is not great, but I think seeing it the first time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
For me, that's where I'm remembering from. It's that, like you say, the bit with he puts a pole in the ground and starts running in circles while just kicking all of them. All. And then someone jumps above, which is what would happen. You know, someone else would come from a different direction as opposed to just waiting for someone else to fight, and then pin him down, and then he's crashed through a bench, and then there's the more of them just run in, and
because he's able to get into the brains of the other agents, correct?
Anybody that can see No, that's the agents. So anyone he touches, he can turn into another Agent Smith. Yeah,
because they spread like a virus.
Yes, exactly right. And
there we go.
Yeah, I really like that. I do like that film. I quite like the freeway chase scene in that one as well. Not a fight, but the freeway chase scene.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, love that. Love that bit of the film.
Wow, weird that we've all picked.
It's not that weird. It's quite that's its main focus, right? It's the fighting part of that film is the focus. It's like a science fiction sort of Japanese fighting film, really.
I think that's where people struggle with the latter films, is they go away from the fighting.
They do.
It's either in the real world, and then it becomes a bit bots versus real people.
Yes.
And
actually,
they're trying to make it deeper.
I was less interested in the third film, especially, or the parts of the second film that are clearly not in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never made it to the
one thing they're trying to sell is the one thing people don't want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, complexity.
Actually, can we just pretend that we are all in the Matrix and we all know it?
Yeah, please.
And that's okay. But yeah. All right. Well, that's a good point for us to sort of go on to honourable mentions.
We're doing honourable mentions first or guesses for each other first?
I don't mind. I was miles off with both of you on my guesses. Dom, I went... I'll go bottom to up to the one I went to. I thought, can he get Tom Hardy in there and can he pick Warrior again?
I was going to.
He does love Gladiator, so I put that there. And then I thought, I don't know, some sort of Mission Impossible. They do a lot of fight scenes, don't they?
They're all the same.
I thought you might go
similar.
I thought you might go John Wick.
Well, I had that as well. That only 1 and 3 specifically.
Well, I had John Wick 3 for Matthew, and then I had Kill Bill underneath it, so I'm a bit annoyed.
The only problem with the John Wick's one is I don't think they stand out individually enough.
That's why he's on my honourable mentions. Yes, exactly the same. It says, are any of them actually memorable, or are they all equally just as good?
Yeah,
I think they are. The only one I can remember is a bit of the corridor and a couple of knives and something, but I can't quite remember it. That's the thing. I think there's so much fighting in it, it doesn't stand out. Whereas if you think about the films we've mentioned,
I think of John Wick. I think of him in the baths, like in the cellar. That's a weird one, right? But there you go.
In the baths.
Yeah, they're having a party in like a swimming pool underneath. I call it a bath because there's multiple pits.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then he goes in there, and then he's got to take on about 100 of them. Terrible shots.
That could be any of the films.
But also for me, lots of gunfight as opposed to fight. So that's perhaps why I swayed away from it.
I kind of went along the same lines with the Bourne films as well. Given they've got good got good scenes.
I did consider the Bourne films
all very good. There's no standout ones on that one.
Although the only one I could remember, but I couldn't remember which Bourne film it was from.
Yeah.
Was the one where he fights with the biro.
That's the first one.
I thought that was the first one.
I'm pretty sure that's the first one.
I also couldn't. It didn't stand out enough.
Yeah.
Is it a Biro and a magazine? Is that the same one?
So is Dom the
Yes,
only
I
one
think
who
so.
got?
Did
Any
you get?
I got
points?
you, Bridget Jones. Yeah, Math. I got Born Ultimatum.
Like I said, I
Specifically,
did consider
but-
the Bourne ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what else have we got?
Oh, hang on.
Honourable
your-
mentions.
my
Oh no,
guess for you.
I thought okay.
Dom's guess was John Wick, but for you, I thought you might go Karate Kid.
I've got that in my honourable
it's not a
mentions
very
as well.
good fight though, is it?
No, it's so
Very memorable.
though. With the crane.
Yeah, sweep the leg.
Yeah, but it's not really a fight, is it? He gets beaten a couple of times and then he kicks him once.
And he wins.
True. I've got The Lion King as one of my honourable mentions as well.
Yeah, Scar versus Simba, I hope.
Yeah. And I did go Warrior, but once again, it's just a fight scene. It's a really, really good fight scene, but I wouldn't say it's memorable. You wouldn't see it and go, "Oh, that's Warrior." You just see it's one of the UFC fights.
I had the Mission Impossible Fallout, the one in the toilets downstairs. Now I did have to look up
Is that Henry Cavill?
which. Yeah, I did have to look up which of the films it was because
That then
again,
surely hinders
did.
you.
that's
Yeah.
exactly right. Because I was thinking, I do remember that though, because of the white tiling and the.
Yeah.
I remember it being all quite close. Another one where they're all
2v1.
enclosed. Yeah, 2v1. Yeah, I did enjoy that one. That other than that, I think the other ones I'd thought of before, like Anchorman.
Yeah.
With the Anchorman fights.
More of a battle, but
Oh, I don't know.
lots of people versus lots of people.
Yeah, but not really a
Not
war.
fights.
It's not a war though, is it? It was a
battle.
fight. Anyway, I didn't go for it.
I had Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. The
put
samurai
that.
scene.
I don't think I've seen that. And
No,
I remember Dominic watching it a few times.
I've watched it a good couple of times, yeah. But
I'm sure you had it on video or DVD.
I definitely did, yeah. But I don't. It's not to me. I was like, I kind of vaguely remember it, which obviously means it's not memorable enough.
Yeah.
I remember the whole film rather than that particular.
I think
scene,
I've just seen lots of little clips, like them fighting in trees. Am I remembering that
they
right?
jump from tree to tree.
Okay, there you go.
I wonder if, having not seen it, all the fights look very similar.
They do.
So
Yeah.
then you again
Same style.
rule it out.
This one, obviously, there's a particular scene where it's like a training scene to a certain degree where it's about 4 or 5 minutes of choreographed like samurai fighting, which is quite good. But
Okay.
yeah, and there's a film called The Raid and The
Yes.
Raid Revenge. I've seen them, but they are just solid fighting.
It's just
I was like,
brutal,
there's no
brutal
particular-
fighting
there's
all
no
the way
one-
through, isn't there? I
There's no
remember that.
one scene that's any different to another.
So the scene is that the raid is the one where he's running down an alleyway, running away from people and fighting at the same time. Is that one like through fruit stalls and over
So
tuk-tuks kind of thing?
It's not a fight,
No.
then. It's a flea.
because
Yes,
the first
I know.
one,
I know.
the
But I'm
first
saying
one's
I was trying to remember.
is in a high story
Building.
a building. Yeah,
it is a multi-story building.
multi-story building. On that one, when he
Okay.
but yeah,
Okay.
and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I got that one as well.
Yeah, I didn't really remember
No,
why
I
I
remember
in that film.
just destroying the house.
I had Princess Bride
Yeah.
for the sword fight.
Yes.
If you've seen it, I put anything Jackie Chan, but it's all the same. That's the problem. That's
They're
why
very well choreographed and they are fun.
Roadhouse,
The original or the
Roadhouse.
new one?
the original.
Yeah.
Kung Fu Panda, mainly for the skadoosh, because that's quite a
Nice.
good scene
That is
when
memorable.
when he fights
Tao Long.
Tao Long, very good. And I put Doctor Strange. There's a fight scene where it goes a bit crazy in there.
Oh,
and
it's on the roof.
That's
Running around
weird
the roof.
because when I started researching, and I haven't watched it yet, it's still on my list of things to do. Lots of things talk about a sort of Inception fight scene in the corridors or something like that, which I think sounds like the Doctor Strange one.
Yes.
It's continuing.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't say it's a big fight scene.
Okay.
It's
No.
part of other things going on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there we go. That answers my question.
Oh, hot shots. The fight is not what I remember. It's where they're in a kickboxer film.
They're dipping
Their hands
yeah.
in glue and then in like sharp things. And in this, they dip it in glue and then it
Sweets,
looks like
isn't it?
100,000.
Yeah. Right.
There we go.
So we need to do summary.
Dom first, please.
Dom first, please.
Bear with me 1 second. So my summary for my number 5 was Sherlock Holmes. Number 4 was The Equalizer. Number 3 was Kingsman. First one. Number 2 was Kill Bill Volume 1. Number 1 was The Matrix.
Very good. My top 5. Number 5 was Kill Bill Volume 1. Number 4 was Deadpool and Wolverine. Number 3, Captain America the Winter Soldier. Number 2, Snatch. And number 1 was The Matrix Reloaded.
Okay, and my number 5 was Bridget Jones's Diary. My number 4 was Rocky 3, The Fight That Never Happened. Or didn't happen, I don't know. Number 3 is Star Wars Episode 1, Phantom Menace. My number 2 is Kingsman: The Secret Service. Got it right first time. And my number 1 was also The Matrix. So there we go. We've done it again. Top 5's done. Tick. 2 weeks.
Some of us did 5.
Yeah.
Other of us did 4.
Well, you could argue you did 6.
I did 6 technically. Yeah, did too many.
Fair enough.
But we'll be doing another top 5 in 2 weeks' time. But you have to listen next week to the top 5 films that extra if you want to hear what we're going to be doing.
And please get in contact if there are any of the fight scenes we missed on your socials.
Oh, nicely done, Matthew. Good takeover. See if you can improve the amount of people that talk to us on there. So at Top 5 Films, that if you want to tell us, or Dominic, how you do research.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, please do. Yes.
I love the fact that happened on the week we were praised.
I know.
Couldn't script it. Unedited, I'd like to add.
Oh,
yeah.
Well done.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Bye.